I'm Alday Townsend with the Stroke It podcast. This podcast is for individuals that are kicking off their career, newly married, or experiencing that midlife crisis. Stroking it can enhance every relationship in your life. You're going to learn about love languages and great stroking tactics and tips, and we're going to provide a lot of resources. So let's get to stroking it. Hi, Alday Townsend here with Stroke It podcast. Excited to be here today with you. We are getting ready for a new year. I know it's like 2 months from now, maybe a month to go, depending on when you're listening to this podcast. But I always love to reflect on the year that I just had and start planning for the next year before the new year gets here. And that new year can be your school's year, it could be the calendar year, it could be your physical year for your business, whatever that year is for you. I always love to plan what I want, what I hope to achieve, and what my goals are for that upcoming year about 1 to 2 months before that year gets here. That way I can start making some changes and implementing and creating some really healthy habits that will make launching into that new year much easier when it actually arrives. I typically start doing my planning around end of October, beginning of November. And one of the reasons I do this is depending on what my wants and my goals and my needs are with the holiday season, I can ask for some of those items if I need. So for instance, my goal last year or the year before that was to get a hobby. So for last year's holiday season and the year before, I was able to ask for tennis clothes. I asked for a tennis bag, I asked for a racket, and all those things so that when I was ready to get started with my tennis journey, I had what I needed to make it happen. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't because I didn't have the clothes. It wasn't because I didn't have the right shoes. So I was able to set myself up for success and get the necessary things I needed to actually make playing tennis happen. So I think it's really, really important that you have to think ahead of the time that you want to start achieving these things. Another thing too is like if you have some things that you're going to want to eliminate from your diet in January, maybe start slowly in December by making some shifts as far as menu items, grocery shopping habits, and really kickstart it. You know, a lot of times everything's going to be like, oh, January 1st or January 2nd. And then it's like you're coming back from vacation. So you're really not actually starting until maybe the following week when kids go back to school. And then you're still adjusting to that routine. So sometimes it takes, mid-month before you actually get started with your New Year goals. And I always like to say goals and things that I want to do to enhance my life. I don't usually say like what my New Year's resolution is going to be and what I'm going to be eliminating. I mean, yes, there are some things that I do like to eliminate, but if I focus on the positive and focus on enhancing my life by adding value, those things are going to go away anyways. So I'm going to be making smarter decisions based on what my goals are in a positive way. So I have 5 things that I would recommend that you do to set your new year up for success and to change your life. You know, a lot of times we spend a lot of time talking about what we want to do, what we can't do, and what we could do, and we wish we could do. All of those things are possible. And those things are possible when you have it outlined, when you have a plan with action steps that may entail what you need to do on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. And not that I want to toot my own horn or say, oh, I'm so great at this, but for the past 2, possibly 3 years, I have taken time to really outline what I want from my relationship with my husband, from my professional life, from my personal life, as far as my health and wellness goals, as far as my volunteering give back goals. There's so many different things that I want to achieve that I take the time to outline what those things are. And not only do I say what those things are, I really break it down and I commit to certain time during the week or the month that I'm going to need to commit to. And I make sure they're on my calendar so that I can achieve those things. If you just put them on your calendar and you don't allocate enough time, you're never going to be able to achieve those things. Another thing that I always do as well, and I learned this from Jennifer Dawn's The Best Planner Ever, which if you haven't heard of her, she has her own podcast. She also has a fantastic planner. I love her planner. I've mentioned that in another podcast as well. Of all of the goals that she has. So the first couple pages are talking about give back goal, personal goal, financial goal, physical goal, love goal. And it outlines, how will this goal change my life? How will I celebrate this goal? How will I measure my progress? What changes do I need to make on a daily basis to help me? Toxic places, people, or habits I need to eliminate to be successful. How will I feel when I accomplish this goal? Thoughts I will think to achieve this goal. So those are really, really important, valid points. So like I literally go through every single one of those questions when I'm achieving a goal. It helps me better understand my why and how I'm going to achieve it and why it's important to make certain adjustments in my life. And it really makes me feel like this is something that it is important. And it helps me with sticking to that goal. Another thing that Jennifer Dawn does with her planner, which I absolutely love if you're trying to change your life, incorporate a new routine, is she actually identifies a goal strategy worksheet. So I do something similar, and I'm going to talk about what I do in just a minute, but her 90-day goal worksheet is fantastic. Desired outcomes, also how does that make you feel? How will it be measured? And it literally has step-by-step way for you to prepare the path for success. And it will talk about the projects, what the tasks are, what's the time that you need to achieve these, what's the priority as well. So really creating a plan to achieve your goals are really, really going to help you in the coming year. I use a platform, or not platform, I actually created this thing. It's called the refrigerator model, where every single month I outline what my tasks are, what my goals are. I outline the different revenue streams, the priorities, the events, where do I need to be, weekly waves, which is like, did I work out 5 times a week? Well, that workout I have listed in parentheses could be a mixture of tennis, it could be a mixture of fly fitness, it could be a mixture of walking with my husband, doing yoga or stretching. So as long as I'm doing some type of movement with my body on a daily basis, 5 days a week, I feel like I'm achieving my goal. It also outlines quality time with friends and family and a lot of other things that basically cater to my goals for my professional and personal life as well. And I place it on my refrigerator. That way I see it every single day. That, what I call my execution plan, is in line with my vision board. So that's going to be another thing that I tell you to create. It's going to be to create a vision board. You can create that old school on a piece of poster board, cut out pictures, draw. I most recently created mine in Canva. It's completely free. There's lots of really cool images. And once again, I can print that on a 1-page piece of paper, and then that goes on my refrigerator as well. Another thing I want to suggest is picking a word for the year. I think once you start outlining what your goals are and where you're wanting to go, that is going to help you to find the word that you want to have for the year. I dropped another podcast just all about picking a word for the year and how it has helped me tremendously. It was life-changing. So picking a word for the year will guide you, keep you focused, it'll keep you moving forward, it will keep you in line with your goals so that you can achieve those and make your dreams your reality, not just talk about it. And then one other final thing that I want you to consider doing is to create a focus wheel. If you Google Abraham Hicks, you will be able to find all kinds of information about this focus wheel and how it's important. There's different ways to do it. I personally took my word for the year and put that in the middle, and then all the different ways that this word is going to impact my life. That way I'm really focused. I really understand how important this word is to me and how much it's going to change my life. So once again, you can find that on YouTube. You can find that by just Googling it. If you haven't heard of Abraham Hicks, that is what you want to Google. So once again, these are just different ways that you could turn your dreams into reality. There are ways that you could change your life. your mindset, your focus, your family, the direction that you're going. It could boost your confidence. It could help you quit this job that maybe you don't want to have anymore or launch a company. It could also help you with your current role. By being happier and more self-aware with yourself, you can be better serving to others in your life. Once again, that's going to require you to make yourself a priority. It's going to require you to really dig deep, outline really what you want, and develop a plan to change your life. So once again, those 5 things that I think you should consider doing in the next month or before the end of this year is to 1, outline your goals, create a vision board, create an action plan that is in line with your vision board. I would suggest doing a monthly plan for every single month. That way, every single month, you're moving the needle. Look up the focus wheel, and then also pick a word for the year. These 5 items, tasks, will take time. They're going to take commitment. You're going to need the mindset to actually put the work into it. So I would suggest carving out 2 to 3 hours, once a week for the next 4 weeks. Or if you can take a day off to focus on this, or an afternoon off of the weekend away from all distractions and really focus on these things, you are going to be a happier, better person in the year to come. Anyways, I will drop some of those great links in the show notes. Thank you for joining me. I hope you tune into the next podcast. Thanks for stroking it with me this morning. Make sure to check out my Tuesdays, which are the quickies. They're less than 20 minutes and offer great, valuable information. For additional tips and tools and great resources, make sure to follow the Stroke It Guide on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day stroking it.